What's up, superstars? Welcome back to Crypto Cornucopia, where you come for the latest crypto news, education, and a path to prosperity. I make these videos for beginners, so if there's anybody you know that wants to learn more about crypto, share the love and share the video. As you can see, I do hours of research on YouTube every single day, so you don't have to. I know you're busy, so set the video to 1.5 or 1.75 so you get through it quick. Use the links below for more information on what I bring or to sign up and get your journey started. Ask questions so I can help you learn, and watch out for the scammers down in the comments below. If it looks weird, it is weird.
Here we go. It is November 16th, 2021, and crypto, wow, threw me for a loop yesterday. And let's get into exactly why. So if we look at the chart, you see the big dip down, went way below the 20-day smooth moving average, and it started to come back up. But when I was listening to Bill Noble on Token Metrics yesterday, he said going underneath this, if it goes below 59, which it did, then there's a big chance it can go all the way down to 52. And I'm still shell shocked from May when my entire portfolio went down 40%. So I got out of a lot of my smaller coins, which could go down 20, 30, 40%. And turns out to be a good thing because that flushes me out and makes me get back into the market. So what I'm looking at right now is that Bitcoin right now is developing this candle. And if I can zoom in on that, so you can see it better. If this raises up to about 61, that is called a hammer candle. And when it's green, that is the most bullish signal that you can get for crypto. But what Bill was saying is we can range sideways for the next few days, but he could see the entire market taking a big dump up until at least this weekend, and then turn around for Thanksgiving. And ever since last night, when I got out of almost all of my portfolio, except for the large caps, not worried about the large caps dipping that much. It's all my little guys that if Bitcoin goes down another 10%, they would really dump out. This will help me reallocate my portfolio, which is what I wanted to do in the long run anyway. This just made me pull the trigger on it. So real quick, let's get back into the term of the day, Web 3.0. And the definition of 3.0 is Web 3.0 represents the next iteration or phase of the evolution of the web internet, and could potentially be as disruptive and represent as big a paradigm shift as Web 2.0. Web 3.0 is built upon the core concept of decentralization, openness, and greater user utility, which is part of that network effect that we always talk about. You get more people into the space, developers, you're going to have an explosion. So Web 2.0 was the internet back in the 90s coming to fruition. And actually, let me jump on down here to right here. All right, so Web 1.0 was just Google and searching information and Yahoo and email, and then you started getting read-write interactive, where this is only you can only read only, and then you have read-write interactive, which also means that so you have Facebook and social media, LinkedIn. So it's a lot more interactive. Now Web 3.0 is going to be essentially all-inclusive, and cryptocurrency has everything to do with that. So you can imagine the potential there. All right, that is Web 3.0. So this is Benjamin Cowen. He's talking about, just like the video for me that I put out yesterday was zoom out. That's what he's doing here. So he's taking a look at the lows. And in charting, if you have higher lows, then you're still in an uptrend, and that's what he's talking about. So July was at 29.3 or 29,000. August was 37,000, September 39,000, October 43,000, and November 58,000. So even if we did dip down to 52, it's in an uptrend there. So just zooming out there. Now this is Bill Noble. What he was saying was we could. This is the total market cap, with the exception of Bitcoin. Right, without Bitcoin. So it's including Ethereum. And he's saying we could essentially go sideways, but again, he believes that coming up to Thanksgiving, it could really take off. So I'm taking a few things into account here. and we're going to go into that right after these next few, saying overall we're in an uptrend. And this is something really weird that I didn't really get. Now this is for Ethereum and the all exchanges reserved. Something happened yesterday where it just completely dropped off. So people, large entities, just took all their Ethereum off of the exchanges. And what confuses me is how does the price still go down? But this is still a metric that's out there, and you need to read between the lines to see really what's going on when situations like this happen. And this is CryptoTube talking about the investor tool, the 2-year multiplier. Every time that it gets up to this line, you'll see there's a downtrend, and we're only in the middle at the current time. This is the unrealized profit loss, and we are way below where it says greed. We're just in optimism and even denial now, so not a lot of retail. And this is the Wall Street cheat sheet. This has been used since the early 1900s when they started, and you have disbelief, hope, optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria, then complacency, anxiety, denial, and then panic selling. And then the process starts all over again here. So it's just something to notice that we're not quite we're in the optimism phase. We're still not in a lot of the thrill and euphoria phase. So we still have a long ways to go, which we believe. And this is also something very cool that Benjamin Cowen uses. Also the Bitcoin rainbow price chart. And this is essentially the path that Bitcoin itself has taken. And you can see when it hits these dark red areas, there's usually a fall off from there. And again, we're not there yet. All right, moving into some more news. Grayscale, this is the investment CEO, is talking about how the metaverse is going to be climbing, become more and more prevalent. And they actually showed this chart right here. And the reason that he thinks that the metaverse is going to be so explosive is that the metaverse is going to be integral to this Web 3.0. So imagine everything that we do right now on this computer screen like you're watching right now. Well, Web 3.0 is going to be even more interactive, and you're going to be in this metaverse where you can access all that information, and you better believe that virtual reality is going to be a part of that. So it's going to be much more immersive, and the network effect is going to be so much better. But let's go into Grayscale. So this is what Grayscale is actually holding, and we'll start from the top. We have basic attention token, BAT, which is the Brave browser, where you can just go into the browser like Chrome and get rewarded for just looking at the ads that they have. Then you have the Bitcoin Trust, the Bitcoin Cash Trust, Chainlink, Decentraland, Mana. So obviously that's a big deal for them. They've invested heavily in it. Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, Filecoin, Horizon, Litecoin, Livepeer, Stellar Lumens. So if you ever wanted to just started dipping your toes into cryptos, I mean, Grayscale knows what they're doing. They've done all of the research already, and these are the projects that they've decided to back. So if you want to go to grayscale.com and go into the products, you can take a look at these. And if you don't know what to pick, I mean, just pick what they've done. It's a safe one. So if we go into the DeFi fund here, you can see everything that they have within this particular fund. All right, so they have Uniswap, Maker, Synthetics, Yuma, Curve, Aave, Compound, Yearn Finance, Sushi Swap, and Bancor. And then if you go into the next one over, if it loads up, there we go. The large cap funds, no, thanks though. Then you can see that they have Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Chainlink, Solana, Ethereum, Litecoin, Cardano, and Uniswap. So even though Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Ethereum, also Litecoin, have their own, they put all of these into a basket. Now, the reason that Grayscale is so popular is because this doesn't give people direct access to the tokens. They don't want direct access right now. So they're going to pay a premium to Grayscale to get access to these. They don't want to. They don't want to get a wallet. They don't want to get onto an exchange and buy this stuff themselves. They just want exposure to it. All right. So if we go back, before we talk about all these little guys, as I mentioned before, I'm going to be reallocating over the next couple of days, and something that I've come across recently is moon phases. And believe it or not, TradingView is a very reputable charting. It's a very reputable charting platform. And what they've done is they've charted the new moon and the full moon. And you can see that it is actually a good indicator of what's going to happen. So essentially, when there's a new moon, you see a downturn, and these are the exact times right here. They have it coded in blue and gray, and so when there's a new moon, there's a fall, and then when there's a full moon, there is a drive up, and it's happened over and over and over. And then guess what is coming up now? We have a full moon. So this is also actually a lunar eclipse, and from some of the research that I've done has told me that a lunar eclipse on a full moon is like a full moon on steroids. So I'm expecting a big jump. I am still heeding the warning of Bill Noble and not getting back into the market, so I'm missing out on some gains, but that's okay, because if in my mind, because I hate to see it go down, and even though it goes up, I don't mind missing the gains. I'd rather just not watch it go down, because we're coming up on this right now, and this candle is green, but if it comes back down to 58, 59, it could hang there for a couple more days and drag a lot of the altcoins down with it, because that's what it does. Everybody watches Bitcoin, and if Bitcoin's going down, then all the little ones that I was into are going to lose out. Now, if we just trade sideways for a couple of days, for me, no harm, no foul. I'll get back in and reallocate my funds, and hopefully do better than I was going to do before. But I thought that was very cool, and something that I wanted to bring to your attention there. All right, so if we head back over and take a look at this, is from Paul Barron. Now, I love his CPI, they call it. Now, it's not open to the public yet, but he brings it to you on his videos. And this takes a look at social sentiment and then also amplification. So when the amplification number is higher than the sentiment, then it forecasts that it's going to be coming up and to the right. So I want you to take notice of Superfarm here. Now, Leo Trades is another very popular YouTuber, and this is his project. And it's done very well for me. I got in down here, and it's doubled. So I'm waiting for the next couple of days, but I can seriously see this going up and to the right, because it's a gaming platform. There are going to be games launching off of it, and you need the Superfarm token to get into the earlier stages of those. So I think it can be doing very well. And everything that I've seen Paul Barron talk about with the CPI, it's been accurate. And he also checks it with token metrics. And you can, if you watch videos, you can see him actually take a look at what token metrics says about the specific token that he's talking about. So he checks it with token metrics to make sure that his forecasts are more accurate. So looking really forward to get back into the Superfarm there. All right, so this is the top 20 Solana ecosystem by sentiment. Remember, I said there's sentiment and then amplification. So here are the top 20. You have I think it's Solar Atlas, but anyway, that's a game. It's not out yet, but it's huge in sentiment. So it's like Avatar the movie. That's how good the graphics are. So a lot of people are amped up about that. So the sentiment for Radium, Solfarm, Solend, Solonium, Audius, Parsec, Ren, Saber, Serum, which I've been waiting on, Aurori, Mango Markets, and then you can see the rest here. these are the highest. But on the next slide, you can see this is the amplification. So you have Star Atlas, that's what it is. Star Atlas, Sol Farm, Radium, Audius, Selenium, Selend, Serum, Ren. So they're at different numbers here because you have amplification and sentiment. They can be different. But if you look at Serum, I'm curious now, if I take a look at the amplification at 68.79, because that's one that I'm into, is that going to be bigger than the sentiment? Let's take a look. So 68.79, and it's actually a little bit lower, so that's dropped off. So let's try to find one that has a higher amplification than the sentiment. All right, so let's see, what are the highest here? You got Star Atlas, Sol Farm, Radium, and Audius. Okay, so Audius is 71 and 71, so that's just about the same. But let's go back. So what about Aurora at 69.83? Okay, so it's at 65, so not as much. What about Sol Farm? Sentiment at 72, amplification at 73. Okay, so Sol Farm is something that I'm going to be looking into, and judging by the amplification, I'm thinking that this can take off. So we'll keep an eye on that, and I'll do a little bit more research on that, see what it's all about. This is also something that's very cool that just happened. NRG is its own chain, and they launched something called NRG Swap, and it's a decentralized exchange, and this is the first time I've ever seen a referral discount. So if you use a referral and don't just sign up and go to it and start doing things, you get a lifetime 10% discount on all fees for trades using the wallet. Also, if you refer it to somebody else, they get 10% of fees as a reward. So it's a win-win. So NRG is really giving the money back to us, and the fees are low as it is. So here's the refer your friends and build a passive income stream. Invite your friends, get a discount, and you earn multi-tier rewards. All right, so I put this link down below if you guys want to get into it. And I looked into, actually, let me show you. I looked into the DEX, and they actually have quite a lot of tokens over here. So anything that you can find on Ethereum that is popular, you can find over here. Oh, here's the other cool thing. When I signed up, there were 30 NRG tokens already sitting there waiting for me. So they're giving you that, and it's worth about $2 right now, and I think it's going to go up. So basically they gave me $60, and I haven't even put any money on it yet. I tried to move money over from Ethereum to here, and the fee was about $300. So I'm going to wait till Sunday morning when the gas fees are lower and try to move something over here like Alpha, because they have that token over here. Now, the other cool thing in the farming here, and this will go down, but you have rewards and fee APY is at high percentages here. So if you pair Ethereum and NRG, which is their token, then you get 63%. But check this out. Link and NRG are 272%. Now this is APY, not APR, so it just rolls over and you keep it in. But here's the one that I really like: BNB and NRG. I think BNB is still going to be doing well. They're launching that, I think it's $1 billion fund to get developers into their system, and I think BNB is going to keep doing well. And then I compare that with NRG and then get 300%. The only thing that I have to figure out here is what this 24-hour fees is. So I'm hoping that's not $29 a day that they charge you, because that means that I'd have to put it in a certain amount just to break even. But I'll find that out and I'll come back to you. Any questions below? Oh, here's another one. Mana and Sand. These are both doing really well. So the APRs are 238%, 253%. So basically the APY means, APR means that you can take money out and then you'd have to put it back in. APY means it just keeps feeding over and over and over. And after a year, if you keep feeding it back in, basically you let it sit there, then you're going to be getting this APY. It's not the same as APR, because APR is you get it, and then you take it out. APY means you have to put it back in, and then that's where you get this percentage from if you keep putting it back in over a year. All right, that is it for today. If you have any questions, leave them down below, any comments, and then let me know what you guys want me to do on the next video. Take care.